I'm Peter Hannigan. I'm here at Digital Construction Week with my great friend Mark Lawton. Mark, every Digital Construction Week for the past about 5 years, we've talked about the industry and the changes that are happening and some of the challenges, but also the opportunities that are coming through. So, what I wanted to do is talk to you today, Mark, about some of the opportunities and the things that you're trying to do is put together a geospatial group as well. So, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, number one in Skanska, we work in something called the digital triangle.
Yeah.
So that is engineering, survey, BIM, and GIS. So that naturally brings everyone together because of geospatial in the middle. We all
Right.
work with that data. But I believe what is happening now is there's a realization in clients that the power of location, is actually driving the need for geospatial data.
Right.
So that is in things like, which you would expect, utilities, machine data, design for machines, CAP, all those things are being realized by the client. Now, they don't understand why they need these things, but the realization is coming.
We've talked a lot about digitalizations. We've talked a lot over the years. When we started, it was like 3D machine control coming through and design for machines. But now we're seeing data as an asset, aren't we?
Indeed.
And we're seeing that as not just an asset for making a project happen right now, but for the longevity of that project as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I went to a presentation at Esri not long ago. Thomas Coleman of National Highways said that they think that there's over £80 billion worth of their data, digital data, as value to them as the crown jewels of their assets.
Wow.
So that is in, if we think about Pavement Plus,
Yep.
when people are driving on the road. If we go to the left and think about the things that we build, we can move that data into that asset world. So the realization is being had at a client level.
Yep.
Well, that's generally when a track is finished, when a thing is built. So now they're looking on a left shift to say, actually, where else can we get that data from?
Yeah.
So people like surveyors, engineers, if you can move that data quickly into the asset, geospatially, then it's of use later on.
And so you're talking there really about creating this asset bank with the location data, but also with the trending data that you're seeing from various different projects and from various different times. But maybe a road is surveyed or work is done in that particular location.
Or traffic jams, or accident black spots, or when an area is flooding and that gully needs to be cleaned out more. Yeah. All that location data. So there's an example that moves slightly over is a power takeoff on a suction device,
Yep.
Temperature Mano. They have got GPS on. So if that suction device is always going to the same grate, then they know they've got a problem. Is it a redesign, or do we just focus on doing that more regularly in that area? So geospatial information unlocks that knowledge set.
So really what we're talking about, we've seen in the plant world for ages, preventative maintenance.
Indeed.
What we've got is the data set that's then telling us we need to do something. There's a load of trees around here, the leaves falling, the gully's always done at this particular time of the year. That's when the maintenance cycles need to be there, so we won't get the flooding and we won't get that, therefore, that erosion effect that there has on the actual pavement itself.
Indeed. So geospatial information shows you the where.
Yep.
You'll look and say there's a problem, and like any heat map, it is here.
Yep.
But we've got to think about all the other disciplines. So when I talk about the lasagna of the earth, the lasagna going up there, we have the ground investigations team. They will turn up and they will measure the ground and below it.
Yep.
Then you have the archaeologists measuring the ground and the thing that is in it.
Yep.
Then you have the utility team measuring the ground and the things that are contained in it. Then you have the engineering survey teams measuring the ground. It'd be a lot more intellectual to actually say, hang on a minute, how can we penetrate that data so that everyone can use it? Now, there's realization that coming together, and I hope that through major clients, they realize that actually, if we bring the geospatial communities together, we can save on cost on the bottom line for UK PLC, and with the National Underground Asset Register, we can make that lasagna of layers transparent our way through with geospatial data.
And so everybody can then have their little piece of lasagna, folks, as we go and delve deeper, and therefore you're not gorging in one particular area. You just need that specific data for that specific space. And therefore, when we've got an asset library in that context, we can actually not only see what's happening in that location, but then identify similar locations and how to actually work and maintain and deliver projects in those similar ground conditions and ground locations.
Yes. And clients are wise to this. We're now seeing it in employees' information requirements. The requirement for GIS that's in there is a deliverable from survey and from projects that is there. It's happening, it's changing.
So there it is, the latest from Mark. It's all happening. It's all lasagna, Mark, for you guys. But we need a full plate of geospatial data in order to make it all happen. So great to see you once again, Mark, here at Digital Construction Week. And keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic to see the latest things that you're thinking about and what's going to be the impact on them. Cheers.
Yeah, you're welcome.